Welcome back to the Crystalina Perspective. If you're interested in watching this week's school update, stay tuned. Guys, so I'm back with another week update. This week is going to be like really short. We are in week 4 of our OB Pediatrics course, which is the last and final week of our OB section of this course. Now, let's talk about it. Y'all, I'm like over it, to be honest. I feel like every nursing student goes through this point where you're just like, why am I doing this? What's the point? It's just been an overwhelming emotions of just everything. So let's talk about it. So the week basically started with us going over newborn assessment, how to care for the newborn. We talked about a few things such as just ways you would identify if the various systems in the newborn was working, such as cardiac, respiratory, that type of deal. We also talked about like postpartum care, so basically caring for mom after baby. How do you assess her? What do you check for? That type of deal. We also talked to her. We also learned about high risk issues after birth and any newborn high risk issues, like a baby that's born with diabetes or that type of deal. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like so tired. So, yes, we talked about all of those things this week. Now note, in this 4th week, like I'm in a funny segment of the week because I'm like in between week 4, week 5, ending OB, beginning Peds type deal in this course. So it's a awkward little, I'm like chopping over here. It's an awkward little setup of what I'm doing. So yes, yeah, y'all, it's just been a traumatic experience this week. But we basically had 2 assignments this week. One of my assignments did not work. So it was a Mudella breastfeeding module that we had to complete. It's an hour-long like module type of deal that we had to do. And my code would not work. So yeah, kudos to that. That assignment did not get done. My teacher did extend the due date to Saturday. So I do have until Saturday to get it done. And that's 10 points that's added onto my OB grade. Now, let's talk about OB. Y'all, I'm just at that point where I'm like, I can just drop out. Thank God I'm an LPN. But I can be an LPN with a stripper on the side. Trying not to do that. Try my best to not do that at all. But this week in itself has been so freaking stressful. Like I said, I couldn't do the breastfeeding module assignment, and then the other assignment was, as always, a mini exam, because we have a mini exam like every freaking week. And so with that mini exam, I took it and I scored a 14 out of 20. So yes, a 14 out of 20. Was not expecting to score that horribly, but thankfully our teachers have been going back. They've been looking at questions. They've been curving some things. So prior to all of this, I was like, oh, Operation 4.0, blah blah blah. We just gonna try to say C equals continue. I loved having a 4.0. But this has been challenging. So yes, so I thought I knew the material. I had been studying questions. No, obviously I didn't know enough. And it's kind of hard to know all that you need to know when you're working full-time and you're in school full-time So yeah, that's gonna be saved for another video. But and when I say save for another video, my thoughts on that little tidbit. So yes, anyway, I'm all over the place, y'all. As y'all can see, I'm like discombobulated. I'm not as organized as I'm normally organized because I am overwhelmed right now. I am stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I just feel defeated right now, and I'm not trying to get emotional on camera because I said I wasn't going to do that. But at the end of the day, I am human. And so this week has just been very horrible. Let's just chalk it up to that. This week has been absolutely horrible. But I know that there are better days. So I'm not complaining whatsoever, but it has been horrible. We did have our final examination, which was a comprehensive final. No notes, none of that. So as you guys may or may not know, yes, I am in an online LPN and BSN program. And yes, all of my classes are 100% online. But that does not mean that I get to use my notes. I have to know these things just like anybody else that go to the class to learn, and they have to know their notes and take an exam. Same concept. The only difference is that I'm just at home in pajama bottoms, to be honest with you. I'm taking my exams. So yeah. So I took my comprehensive final. It was 52 questions and we had like an hour and a half to take it on a lockdown browser, which means that it records you visually and it records you auditorily, so it can hear and see what's going on. So I made a 78% on that, which that's passing. It dropped my lovely 90 something score to an 82, so that puts me at a C in this course for right now. Now we are at the midpoint level of the course because we do have the 4 weeks later of the pediatrics, which is supposed to be a better vibe, but we'll see. And so yes, we can retake the examination, and basically with retaking it, it allows us to achieve a higher score. And I'm gonna be honest, I have like contemplated on if I should do that or not. And I know I don't even know how I want to put it, but I know some people will be like, oh, you get a second chance to do it, take it. But it's like, yes, I get a second chance to take it, but with that second chance, will my score drop? And these grades are averaged. So if it drops, then what? So we'll see. I'll like post it like right here what I decide to do if I decide to retake the final exam. There's a lot of things going on in the clinical portion of the course. The clinical portion of the course is popping, y'all. We had like a pediatric medication exam, an OB medication exam. We had to make 80% on those in order to proceed with clinicals. It's just like, oh my God, my head is about to explode. That's how I'm feeling. But at the end of the day, this will wrap up of the 4th week. Resources, I stuck to my Saunders and my Q&A success. Are they working? I don't really know. But I feel like they are. I don't really know. But we were encouraged to do 50 questions a week to practice for NCLEX. So I'll do that, but that's really the gist of this week 4. Y'all, I'm so sorry that this video was everywhere. If you see this outfit again, I am trying to get some videos out to you guys because my weeks have been hectic. I have been trying to pre-record some things so I can get it out to you, simply because, like I said, this school life is a struggle and it has heated up quite a bit in a week. So until our next week's update, Thank you so much for watching.